Yet there is a problem with the sharing of the screen. So wait for another 5 minutes. Wait for 3 to. Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I think there is a lag, a time lag. Okay. We will start the session right now. Okay, so in the last lecture we have seen the belt drive mechanism. Okay. In the last lecture, we have seen the belt drive mechanism and what are the different types of pulleys which are used in the flat belt drive. So today we are going to see the selection methodology of flat belt, PhD selection methodology, and one small exercise we are going to cover. So let's go to the methodology. So flat plate selection methodology, I'm explaining step by step, and then we will go for the problem. So design procedure for flat belt. So when we are starting flat belt design, you will be given certain data in the problem, or you will be given the specification for which you are going to design the flat belt drive. So customer will give that specification. So step one, to determine the diameter of various pulleys. Many times this data is given considering the space into the mind and the speed ratio. This data may be given by the client or the customer, or that system will have the limitation on the size of the component. So this data will be given. So, or in the problem statement itself, one of the diameter is mentioned and the speed ratio is will be given. So based on that, the other diameter of that other pulley can be calculated. So step one is to calculation of various pulley diameter from the given data. Also, center distance. Sometimes this center distance will be specified in the problem, or customer will specify the range for the center distance. So you have to design your system for that standard value of center distance, and it should be designed such that the whatever the components we are selecting, they should take care of the stresses coming on it, and as well as it should have space economy, that it should be occupied within a minimum space. So the center distance will be given, or you need to assume depending upon the problem statement. So you will be calculating the diameter of the pulley based on the speed ratio. So speed ratio will decide what should be the diameter of the bigger pulley, what should be the diameter of smaller pulley. Once you decide this step, next step is calculation of belt speed. So this I already demonstrated how we calculate the belt speed. So we are assuming there is no slip between the pulley surface and the belt surface. So whatever is the speed of the lost. Is my screen is visible to you?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll check.
No, sir.
Yeah. Now is it visible? Okay, so step two, calculation of the belt speed. So the belt speed is calculated assuming there is no slip between the belt material and the pulley material. So whatever is the peripheral speed of pulley will be the same speed will be taken by the belt. So belt speed will be calculated based on the peripheral speed, that V is equal to pi dn by 60. So this we can calculate in terms of meter per second. So you have to take diameter here in meter here. So diameter of the pulley can be taken in meter. So normally this speed is calculated for smaller pulley. So you can see this formula is with having small d, means it is calculated for smaller pulley. but the velocity remains same at bigger pulley as well as at smaller pulley. So what will be changing is the speed at that pulley. If your diameter is big, then speed will be low, and if your diameter is small, then the speed will be larger. So don't make a mistake. Don't take diameter of X pulley and speed of Y pulley. No, you need to have diameter and the speed of same pulley here in the design calculation here. Okay. So this is very important because based on this speed only we are going to select the belt. So next step is to calculate the arc of contact angle. So you can calculate the arc of contact angle mostly if it is open drive. You need to calculate this arc of contact angle on smaller pulley. So to determine the arc of contact angle, there is a formula which is given in PSG 7.54. So we can refer this problem formula when we are going to actually solve the problem. So we will refer this formula and determine the angle of contact. Next, once you determine this angle of contact, next is to select the power rating. So power rating will depend upon the type of belt you are selecting. So there are in the PSG data book there are two types of ratings are available. One is for high speed and another is for port belt. So if you are selecting high speed, then there will be a separate power rating, and if you are selecting port, then there is a separate rating. So this rating is normally available for a belt speed of 10 meter per second. So there is a rating table available on PSG 7.54. So which is available for 10 standard value of 10 meter per second belt speed. But actual speed, your actual speed will be different than this. So in the next step, that is in the step 5, this is the power rating from the table. You will be calculating power rating for your current speed. That is, your speed may be greater than 10 meters per second or less than 10 meters. The standard speed of 10 meters. If your given speed is greater than say 10 meters, power rating is less than whatever power rating so this ratio is greater than 1.
Sir, you are not audible.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So in the step 4, we are determining power rating from the table at 10 meter per second. Actual hour speed will be other than 10 meter per second, maybe greater or maybe less. So we need to calculate power rating of that well at exact speed, this speed. So this will be multiplied by this divided by 10. You will get the power rating for 10 kilowatt here. So from this we are going to further. So this calculation will be done. Next step is to step number 6, calculating the design power. So design power will be calculated on the rated power, which is calculated in step number 5. So rated power calculated in step number 5 will be taken here, which will be multiplied by service factor or load factor. This data is available on PSG 7.53. The service factor or load factor data is available on PSG 7.53. divided by arc of contact factor K. So this is available on 7.54 page based on the your minimum angle of contact on a smaller pulley. You have to take based on that. So this factor will be taken. Diameter factor is not given in the PhD data book. Please remember this factor is not given in the data book. If you are solving the problem for examination purpose, diameter factor you can take as 1. So what is the diameter factor? I have given this table, so which is not available in PhD. This diameter factor is not available in PhD data book. This is from external other source. So if your diameter is lesser than 750 mm, then only we have to introduce diameter factor. Otherwise, diameter factor for pulley greater than 750 mm, it is 1. And the minimum size of pulley is 100 mm, so the diameter factor is 0.5. So the diameter factor can be taken from in the range from 0.5 to 1, depending upon the approximate diameter you have selected or given diameter. If it is less than 750, then only you introduce this value. Otherwise, you can take diameter factor as 1. Okay. So this data is not available. This table is not available in PhD. The diameter factor table is not available in the PhD. Remaining factors are available in PhD. So we can select. So from this we will be calculating design power. So design power for the belt to be selected here. So next step, this is the step number 6 completed, which calculates design power. So step number 7. So in this step number 7, we are calculating the width required and number of plies required for the belt. So calculation of width. How will calculate the number width here? So this formula will be design power, which is calculated in step number 6 upon rating of the belt. So this rating of the belt is available from the PhD data book. So from that we can calculate the width. Now there are standard widths available in the market. You will not get the width of exact size. So you have to select the nearest standard width, which is given in the table. Table is given, so which is given at 7.50. So once you select this width and the width will be selected based on the number of plies. If you have selected number of plies, accordingly this width will be finalized. So if you are selecting say width of say 100 mm and with number of plies say 4 or 6, say 6, so the belt will be selected for 6 plies and width having 100 or 125. Then next step is calculation pulley width. So pulley width is normally greater than the belt width, so that the slip of the belt from the pulley surface should not happen. So for that there is a table given. So you can refer the table on the 7.54, and from that you can calculate the pulley width required for the pulley dimension. Pulley diameter is already we have selected in step number 2. So here we are not going to do the calculation of pulley diameter. We are going to only take the pulley width. Then next, the last step is to calculate the length of the belt required. So there is a standard formula available for length of the belt based on your open drive, cross drive or first and third drive mechanism. So this formula is available on 7.53. Now this length need to be corrected by applying correction factor for initial tension. So based on the number of plies, the correction factor will be applied. So correction factor of the order of 0.5% decrease in the length up to 1.5% decrease in the length is permitted. So based on the number of plies, the final length will be calculated, theoretical length and final length will be calculated. So these are the steps involved in the flat belt selection methodology. So if you take any problem and follow this methodology, then you can design your flat belt. So to understand this procedure, let's go for the problem with some data. Okay. So so we have taken one exercise. Now I will explain this exercise with the help of PhD data book. Okay. So first understand what is given in this problem. Design a fabric belt to transmit 12 kilowatt at 450 RPM. So you have been given to design a fabric belt to transmit this power. Total power to be transmitted is say 12 kilowatt, and it has to be transmitted at 450 RPM from engine. So this is the engine RPM. uh, to a line shaft at 1200 RPM. So here there is a speed increase. So from input to output, we are increasing the speed. So diameter on the output shaft is smaller. Pulley diameter on the output shaft is smaller. So that's why we can get a speed on the output shaft 1200 RPM. So we are increasing the speed from 450 RPM to the 1200 RPM. So input shaft RPM 450, output shaft RPM 1200 RPM. So diameter of the engine pulley. So here the diameter of the engine pulley is given in this problem. It is 600 mm. So diameter of the engine pulley is 600 mm, and the center distance, the distance from the shaft from the engine is 2 meters. So this is the approximate center distance given. So center distance between input shaft and output shaft need to be maintained 2 meters. So this is the given data. So we are step one. We are writing down the summarizing this given data. So diameter of the, since we have been given here diameter of the engine pulley, and the speed of the engine pulley is lesser than the speed of your machine shaft pulley. So wherever the speed is lesser, so that pulley will be the largest diameter pulley. So in this case, engine pulley is now having larger diameter. So diameter of the larger pulley here is D is equal, capital D is equal to 600 mm. Then speed of your driver pulley is 450 RPM. Speed of your driven pulley here, this is 1200 RPM. Power need to be transmitted, that is 12 kilowatts, and center distance P here is 2 meters or 2000 millimeters. So with this given data, let's go and do the calculation here. Now next step is to determine the speed ratio here. So step 2, we are determining the speed ratio and arc of contact here. So speed ratio is normally written small I is equal to capital D by small d, or small n by capital N. So small d in this case will be equal to capital D. Capital D is equal to here 600. Then your capital N here is 450, that is bigger diameter pulley. Small n here is 1200. So 600 will come down here. D will go on this side. So D is equal to D upon small n into capital N. So small n is equal to 1200 RPM. Capital N is equal to 450 RPM. Engine speed, machine speed, and engine pulley diameter. So we will get the machine pulley diameter. D is equal to 225 mm. So to maintain this speed ratio, you need to select pulley diameter, smaller pulley diameter of 225 mm. So from this smaller pulley diameter, we can now calculate the belt speed. Belt speed will be small v is equal to pi dn by 60. So D, smaller pulley diameter, then smaller pulley speed. So D here is 225. So that will come as say 225 mm here. 1200. 60 is divided to convert that RPM into RPM. So we will get this value of calculation. When you do this calculation, we get this calculation as 14,137 millimeter per second. So we require this speed in meter per second. So our speed is 14.137 meter per second. Now in the table values, the standard speed is 10 meter per second. Now current speed is 14 meter per 0.13. So we have higher speed than the standard speed here. So we have calculated speed ratio. From the speed ratio, we have calculated the velocity of the belt. So this is the velocity of the belt. Now let's go for the arc of contact. Arc of contact, this formula is given in the PHG. So you can get this formula from PHG also. If you don't remember this formula, you can refer PHG. Yes. This is the formula on 7.54 page. Arc of contact angle is equal to 180 degree minus capital D minus small d upon C into 60 degree. Okay, this formula we have to use to determine the arc of contact on smaller pulley. This is the arc of contact on smaller pulley. Here we are considering the drive is open drive. We are not considering cross drive here. So we are considering open drive. So this arc of contact angle for open drive will be D minus D upon C. Okay, so let's say we already know center distance is given, so we can calculate this arc of contact angle here in the design calculation here. Okay, so we have a 180 degree minus D upon C into 60. So D here is 600 and D calculated here is 225 mm, this value. And center distance C here is 2 meters. Since D we are taking millimeters, so this also need to be taken millimeters, so it is 2000 millimeters. Okay, so we will get theta arc of contact here. The contact and belt is wrapped for on a smaller pulley for an angle 168.75 degrees. So this angle is very important from the power transmission point of view. Okay, so step 3 has completed. We have calculated arc of contact and as well as we have calculated the velocity of the belt. Next step. Okay, so next step is to determine the rating at 10 meter per second per millimeter of width and per ply. So for that we have to refer PHG page number 7.54. So let's go for the PHG 7.54. Okay, so on PHG 7.54, load rating is given here. So load rating, since I have told PHG data is having for Dunlop belt. This is a Dunlop neck belt having two categories, high speed category and Ford category. So there are this load rating is available for per ply, that is single ply, per mm width, 1 mm width of the your belt, angle of contact equal to 180 degree, and the speed of your belt equal to 10 meter per second. So this is the rating given for high speed, and this is the rating given for force. Let's say if we select high speed belt, then the rating with 1 millimeter of width, 1 ply, 180 degree of angle of contact, 10 meter of per second belt speed, the rating of that fabric belt is equal to 0.023 kilowatt per mm per ply. So this value we have available for 10 meter per second. So this is called as the rating of the fabric belt or rating of the belt, any belt at given say standard speed of 10 meter per second. Okay, so this rating we will take and then we can calculate the power rating for the given application. So if we go to the design calculation here, so you can see here. We have selected here high speed belt. For that the power rating was 0.023 kilowatt per millimeter of width per ply. Number of plies are 1 here. Now this, by selecting this width, we can go for the power rating for the application required. Power rating we required for 14.14 meter per second. So the formula is power rating for 10 meter per second is this value. So divided by 10 into the speed for which we are calculating the power rating. It is not necessarily every time your speed will be greater than 10 meter per second. Your speed can be less than 10 meter per second. So whatever that value of that speed is there, you have to multiply it here. So your power rating can increase or decrease depending upon your speed here. So we have selected high speed belt having power rating load rating having 0.023. So 0.023 into the current speed 14.14 divided by standard speed of 10 meter per second. So we will get the power rating per millimeter per ply. So now power rating required for this application is 0.03252 kilowatt per millimeter per ply. So this is the power rating we have calculated. So we have completed the step 5 of power rating. So next step is to calculate the design power. So design power is calculated by this formula 7.53 formula. That is rated power, this value. Rated power, what we want to transmit, we want to transmit 12 kilowatt power into the service factor. Rated power we want to transmit here 12 kilowatt. Service factor or load factor available from the PHG data book. Diameter factor, since your diameter is less than 750 mm, we need to consider diameter factor also, and arc of contact factor. So let's go for say load factor. I'll show where it is coming, load factor and arc of contact factor. So in the PHG data book on previous page here, load factors are given. So this is called load factors, means these are load correction factor or service factor. So these are the service factors here. So if you consider normal load, then your load factor or service factor is equal to 1. If you consider extreme shock load, then your load factor will be equal to 1.5. So you can consider your loading here is intermittent loading, and there is no very heavy shock. So shocks are there, but with some the shocks are not continuous, so they are intermittent. So let's take the service factor for your current application, say 1.2. You can select 1.2 depending upon the, if they have specified application, you can see for which application. In this problem, nothing is specified. If they have specified you are using this, say, power transmission for centrifugal pump, then centrifugal pump, then power, service factor is 1.2. If they have said you are using vacuum pump, then you can say 1.3. So no application is mentioned. So that's why we are going for say 1.3. Otherwise, you can identify application here and you can take that value. So we have taken 1.3 as a service factor or load correction factor. Then we need to calculate say arc of contact correction factor. So here in my on smaller pulley, the angle of contact is less than 180. Okay, so if the angle of contact is less than 180, then your correction factor will be greater than 1. If your angle of contact is greater than 180, then correction factor will be small. You can see your area arc of contact factor here. So arc of contact and correction factor. So your angle here is 168. So approximately very close to 170. So correction factor is equal to 1.04. If required, you can calculate this correction factor by doing interpolation also if this value is not very close to this value. But normally we don't do the interpolation here. We take the nearest arc of contact angle here from the calculated. Calculated was 168, so we can take 170, and we can take the correction factor, say arc correction factor as 1.04. Then diameter correction factor, which is given in the problem statement here. Okay, so we are having now, we have selected here service factor as 1.3. Then arc of contact factor K based on our angle of contact 168. So the nearest value is 170, so Ka is equal to 1.04. Then this Kp value we have selected from this previous slide. Our pulley diameter is 225. So 225 means between 200 to 300 mm. So we can take this correction Kp factor as 0.7 or 0.75 or 0.725. So let's say take a 0.7 or 0.725. Sometimes if you don't know this value, you can take nothing wrong. If it is mentioned, then only you have to take this factor. So we have taken diameter factor here 0.7. So we get the design power here. Rated power is 12 kW. Service factor is 1.3. Then diameter factor is 0.7 and arc of contact factor is 1.04. So design power which need to be transmitted by a belt here is 21.428 kW. So you need to transmit here 21.428 kW power. If you take a belt, high-speed belt, and if you take the speed of 14.14 meter per second, then you can transmit power of 0.032552 kW per mm width of the belt and per ply. That is, if you use single ply, this much power is transmitted. Now your design power is this much, so you need to calculate now width and number of plies depending upon what is the specification of per ply and per mm, and what is total power, design power need to be transmitted. So you need to correlate to get the width of the your width as well as the number of plies there. So next step is to determine the we have completed now power rating and design power. So next step you have to calculate width here, number of plies. So you can see here number of plies, step 7, number of plies we are carrying to calculate. So for that we need to have design power upon rating of the belt. So if I use single ply blade, then I require the width. Equal to 21.428 upon 0.03252. So I required a width of the belt equal to 658.917 millimeter. If I use single ply, okay. Now we are having diameter here 225 mm and bed speed uh, considering 10 meter per second per mm per ply. So we can refer now PAG 7.52, and based on that we can select the number of plies here. So let's say what number of plies we can select here. What are the standard ply width is available here. So this is the calculated width required for single ply. So if we go to the 7.52 page here, there is the first page itself. Okay, so this is the standard width specification of transmission belting for standard width. So these are the widths available here. So there are single stars, double stars. Single stars indicates that these sizes are available in the Dunlop belt in high speed category as well as sports category. Different material category is there. Two-star indicates these sizes that 140 width is available only for Dunlop high-speed belt only, and three-star indicates that particular size is available only for four-type belt. So this 250 width here is available only for four. Now we have selected high-speed, so we can use star and double star figures here. So from this table, star and double star figures we can use here. Now, if you see here, there are number of plies here: 3-ply system, 4-ply system, 5-ply system, 6-ply system, 8-ply system. Now, you require the width around 650 if you use single ply. If I use say 2-ply, then the width of that will be equal to 200 But the 3-ply system, there is no 200 standard width available. So if I use say four-ply system, say 4-ply, then 600 by 4 becomes 150. So in this column also, you can see here, in this column also, the 150 width is not available in the mid range. It is available on the extreme range here. It is available on the extreme range here. So even that four number of plies also cannot be selected. Next step, we can go either for 5-ply system or 6-ply system. So either you can use for 5-ply system. So if I use 5-ply system, so you require the width around 125 to 150, which is available in high speed as well as in foot. So we can go for this 5-ply system or 6-ply system. Okay. So there is a choice available. Normally, you should not select the choices on the extreme side. This sizes for slip line. Instead of that, you should go from instead of 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 or 5 to 6. Even in this case, we are slightly going on the bottom side here. So let's go with a 6-ply system. So 6-ply system, you require around 125, say 100 to 125. So we are coming with a lower width here. So since the using lower width advantage is that you can have lower width material, means you will have lower width pulley. You will have lower weight of the pulley, means the inertia forces will be also less. So that will decrease the mass of the pulley required here. So it is always better to go for the lower width of the belt rather than going for higher width of the belt. So let's go for 6-ply system here. I think you may have understood why I am discussing why not to go for 5-ply system and why to go for 6-ply system here. Okay, so let's take a 6-ply system and determine the width required here, and then from this table we will select the standard width here. So let's come to the design calculation. So from this table we selected number of plies around 6. Okay, so belt width required. So design calculation is 658 for single ply. So number of plies we have selected are 6. So we get this standard size of say 109.8. So the next size available with the standard size 109.8, the available width in the 6-ply system is 112 that we can see in the this table value here. We have selected 6 and calculated value is 109, but we cannot go for 100. We have to go for a greater value. So our next greater value available in the 6-ply system is 112 width belt. So we can select a standard width of here 112 Okay. So we have selected now. Number of plies are 6 and the width required was 109.8, and standard width available for the 6-ply system from the PAG data book was 112 mm. So my final width of the belt, now this is the width we have calculated, number of plies we have calculated, number of plies are 6, width is equal to 112. High speed Dunlop belt having 6 number of plies and width 112 mm can be selected for this application. So next step is to calculate the pulley width. Okay, so width of the pulley required should be greater than the width of the belt required. Now where this 13 come from? This 13 has come from PAG 7.54 page. So that I will show here. So 1.54 page, you will have diameter width of the pulleys here. Here you can see this table. Belt width, depending upon the belt width, you need to have your pulley width greater than the belt width by this amount. Say, if your pulley width, say belt width is less than 125 mm, then add 30 mm in so that we will get the pulley width. If your belt width is between 125 to 250 mm, then add 25. If it is between 250 to 375, add 38 mm in the belt width, and 375 to 500 mm belt width, then add 50 mm to get the pulley width. So these need to be added into the belt width depending upon your belt width. Since in current calculation we have belt width less than 125, that is 112 mm is there. So we need to have extra pulley width need to be enlarged, need to be greater by 13 mm. Okay, so we are doing that calculation. That calculation is done here. Okay, so 112 is the belt width. The extra length required for the pulley is 13 mm. So length of or width of the pulley is now 125 mm. Now next is to calculate the length of the belt. So that you can give right arrangement, center distance adjustment. Sometimes the this drives may have adjustment in the center distance. Sometimes there will be fixed center distance. So let's consider this is a fixed center distance. So we will have considering open belt drive. So length formula, this formula is available in PAG data book also. 2c plus pi by 2 d plus d plus d minus d bracket square upon 4c. So let's take all these dimensions in millimeter here. C is in 2000 millimeter. So 2 into 2000 millimeter. D is 600 mm and small d is 225 mm. So pi by 2, 600 plus 225. Then again d minus d square here. So 600 minus 225 bracket square upon 4c, 4 into 2000 here. So the length of the theoretical length of the belt required here is now 5313.48 millimeter. Now this length is the theoretical length. We cannot use theoretical length. If you use theoretical length and if you wrap this belt around the pulleys here, the belt will be loose and the belt will not transmit the power properly. So belt needs to be given initial tension. To give that initial tension, this length has to be shortened. This length has to be shortened. So how much it has to be shortened? So that depends upon number of plies there. So that table, the data is also given in the PAG 7.53. You can see here on page number 7.53 below the formulas of this. We are using the length formula for open drive here. So this formula we have used here and we have calculated theoretical length. So normally the belt speed should be in the range from 17.2 to 22.5. This is the ideal range of the speed, but it is not necessarily every application will meet this speed here. Now we need to give initial tension. So belt tension, to give initial tension, you need to make this length, whatever this length you have calculated, you have to make it short by a certain distance. So if you are having belt of 3 plies, then you can decrease this length by 1.5% of the total length, or 50 millimeter per meter length of the belt. Okay, so the meaning is same. If you are having belt of 4, 5 or 6 plies, then you can decrease this length by 1% or 10 millimeters per 1 meter length of the belt. And if you are having belt of 8 plies or above, normally belt up to 8 plies are used. So you can reduce the belt length by 0.5% or 5 millimeter in 1 meter length of the belt. So since we are having here 6 ply, so we can reduce the length of the belt by here 1%. So final length of the belt can be calculated by reducing the length by 1% here. So that design calculation you can see here. Okay, so this is the theoretical length 5313.48. Since we are considering 6 ply, we need to reduce this length by 1% to get the initial tension in the belt. So 5313.48 minus this value is 1% of this. So 1% of this value, that is 53.13. So final length required here is 5260.35 millimeter, or in terms of meter, it is 5.26 meters. So this length of the belt can be used to wrap around the belt, and so that initial tension will be created, and you can transmit the 12 kilowatt power efficiently with this Dunlop belt. So this the PHG data available given in the PHG data book is for Dunlop belt. If in the market you will have different types of belts, so they will provide this data, power rating data, and from that power rating data you can select the appropriate size of the belt for that make. So this design process is for Dunlop belt. So maybe small modification need to be made, to be done in the design process based on the manufacturer's catalog. So when we are selecting a belt other than Dunlop belt, then you have to refer the manufacturing catalog of that belt, and then that manufacturing catalog will provide the design procedure, and we need to follow the selection and design procedure according to this. So this is regarding the selection of the belt. Now we will summarize the results here. So we are writing down the specification of the belt drive now here. The diameter of the larger pulley is given in the problem, that was 600 mm. Diameter of the smaller pulley, depending upon the speed ratio, we calculated, and it has come to 225 mm. Width of the belt, this width of the belt we have calculated based on the selected high-speed belt for 6 number of plies. We have calculated this width as 112 mm. Number of plies selected are 6. Width of the pulley here is 125 mm. This pulley width depends upon the belt width here. So pulley width has to be greater than belt width depending upon the number belt width dimension. Length of the belt here you have to write is the final length of the belt, not the theoretical. So final length considering the initial tension. So we require the length of the belt equal to 526 mm. And the center distance between two shafts here need to be maintained is 2 meters here. So this is the specification of your drive. So that completes your design. So we can write down this specification. These diagrams are for just understanding purpose, different types of pulleys here. So when we are going for the pulley analysis, we can go for. If this problem is asked for 20 marks, then I have to do the analysis of pulley also, space analysis or design analysis of pulley. So that problem we will see in the next class, next lecture. Slightly bigger problem we'll take, in which the analysis of pulley will be also included. Either a cast iron pulley or steel pulley analysis will be included. So this completes my delivery from my side. So if you have any doubt, you can unmute yourself and ask the doubt regarding design procedure as well as calculation procedure here.